So we have another executive order from Trump. Now, don't get it twisted. It's not everything we asked for, but I just want to make my quick thoughts on this because this is important. And some of you guys saw my immediate tweets. That was just my quick reaction to it. Just for if you guys want little details, I just skimmed over it. I can put some more links in the description as I read up on it. But pretty much it's the Joe Biden platform for his response on police violence and the need for police reforms. And now we're in a position where this is embarrassing for Democrats because I said before, and I'll say it again, if you ignore rhetoric, which I do, and if you ignore virtue signaling, which Democrats is the master of, Donald Trump is to the left objectively to Joe Biden when it comes to criminal justice. Because what Trump has done, he's essentially took Joe Biden's criminal justice proposal and signed an executive order to it. That's embarrassing for Democrats. And the progressive take I want to share with you guys on this, why I wanted to shoot this quick video, is this is why you don't listen to neoliberals and weak progressives on how you negotiate. Cenk Uygur and a lot of concern trolls went after us because our language defund the police. But now look at what happened when we demand that we defund the police. We demand that we defund the police, and now even the right wing, far right authoritarians like Trump is signing executive order, not because he really believes we should have police reform. Joe Biden don't believe we should have police reform because he's been 40 years without proposing that. He's been on the other side of that. So ask yourself, why are they going for police reform now? The reason why they're more willing to go for police reform now is because public pressure is on, baby. It's on. And they have to get something to slow down the momentum of defund the police. Because defund the police didn't start in a great position in the opinion polls. And I tell people, don't let that dismay you because we turned public perception on Medicare for all. We turned on gay marriage. We did on UBI. Props to Andrew Yang. But we turned public perception on ideas before. And that's exactly what they're afraid of. That's exactly what the establishment is afraid of when they give us, even though it may not be a lot in this executive order, which has, I think it was a bad cop registry, additional training, the neoliberal reforms, nationwide ban on chokeholds, stuff that's not going to really help necessarily, but you see they are giving into demands. And guess what? If we met them halfway, they would not have given up on the demands. If there wasn't a threat from the so-called far left from that Trump calls us on defund the police, he wouldn't have supported Joe Biden's platform on the executive order. He would have laughed at Joe Biden's executive order, doubled down on the police state, and it was just been a bipartisan struggle. But now we get action, and now we put even more pressure on. We don't let up because we get the executive order. We don't give Trump a dog treat and say he did a good job. We continue to put pressure on our elected officials so they can put for more reforms like this. Because what Cenk Uygur and what a lot of liberals would prefer us to do is to meet them in the middle. Like, that's the Obama-style negotiation. Obama and the Democrats for the last 15, 20 years, at least. Because in the Clinton era, they didn't even try. And I'm not going to hear any arguments that they did. Because they was all for the right-wing policy in the Clinton era. Now, in the era where they got at least pretend to be progressive, they will meet Republicans halfway before the Republicans even get to the negotiation table. And then they get to the negotiation table, Republicans will slap them, and they say, thank you, can I have another? The Democrats would. Then they'll move to the right a little bit more, and then we barely have any change. That's how stuff works. So if you're one of the people, and I had a tweet about this, I'm glad it did pretty well, but I was like, if you're an activist, and you are going after defund the police, you think we should change our language because you worry about how it may affect Democrats' election chances, you are a massive dipshit. Why the fuck do you care about their election chances? I care about my community. And if they are not pushing for policies that affect my community, I will not support them as well. So, continue to keep up the pressure. Continue to support defund the police. I'm not under any illusions that this executive order will get rid of all problems, but we got to celebrate when there's a shift to even a little bit too left on the Overton window, because this is how the Overton windows heal. This is how it heals. By public pressure. By the left being so overwhelmingly loud and militant on their beliefs. Us being out in the street. That's why I said if Trump beat Biden, I'm willing to be in the streets. Let's do this shit for 4 years. Let's do it for 4 years if Biden wins. Because that's how we get real change done.